Hello, hello, hello. I'm the PaintedDog. Welcome back to our City Skylines Vanilla Let's Play series. I hope you're having a lovely day. My day is actually quite good, thanks. If you can remember from the last episode, we added in a university, or a small university campus area, and we added in a hydroelectric dam over here. It doesn't generate a lot of electricity, about 460, but it was enough to get rid of all the coal and oil power plants in our small industrial area right there. What I really want to do with this, not in this episode necessarily, but in the future, give people a reason to use this. Not a lot of vehicles crossing this, but just a little bit. So I'm going to add in a small, let's say a cafe around here. Or maybe on this side, but most probably on this side. I think that will be quite good. Or something like that. So there's a reason for people to visit this. I think that will be quite nice. And our nature reserve finally upgraded. I'll have a look at that now. And off camera, while I was playing around with some things, another thing upgraded. Let me quickly go and show you. Our zoological garden upgraded to level 5. And we got a lion enclosure and a rhino enclosure. So I went ahead and added those already. So we don't really make any profits from this, but it gives people a reason to come to our city. The same with this. It really doesn't give a lot of income, but it gives people a reason to visit. So we need a bit more there. This is not really what I want to do for this episode, but the main thing that I want to do for this episode. But it's nice to add it in now that we have it. So let's have a quick peek what we can have now. Camping sites, I think we need to add one of those. And we definitely want some lookout towers, especially close to that. And let's add one in there. And one in there. I know we have new buildings. Thank you for showing me again. Just going to add in a couple of these, just dotted around the place. Okay, we have 4 more students, we have 1 more academic work, which is great. So we are getting there. We need a lot of students, so I don't know how we're going to boost that, but we need to boost that somehow. Let's take a quick peek. Okay, our entertainment is now fine. This can't upgrade anymore, so that's great. So for this episode, what do we want to do? As I said, we added in a hydroelectric dam there and university area. So I thought to myself, let's do something a bit more industry-wise. The more keen-eyed among you might have seen that I placed in a couple of trees and rocks and boulders around the roundabouts, the main entrances to our city. And I added in this thing right here, City Arch. It will, let's say it increases the visitors to your city or something like that. Can't really remember exactly what it says, but I think that's a nice addition. This is the main road into our city. Not too shabby looking, mind saying so myself. And then the same, I did a bit of beautification around these 2 small roundabouts. So, as I said, for this episode, what I want to do is add in a bit more industry. Let me just get this running. So, I'm going to add in a small forest industry in here. And I want to get start on the fishing. I don't have any... I haven't used the fisheries, the fishing in the industries at all yet. So, this will be a learning experience for all of us. Now, when I add in this forestry area in here, I'm not going to go huge because I don't want a lot of traffic. But I'm going to have an offshoot from this railroad track right here. So we can have our own dedicated railroad station or cargo station for this. And I just recently saw that I never hooked up this road right here. So let's go ahead and do it. We do have it, so why not use it? I'm going to use a small industry road for now. And let's just take this I'm gonna go straight out with that. Curve that around and get that. You know what would have been great? If we could have lined this up with that entrance. I think that would look quite good. When we drive down here, you see the church tower on this, or in the cemetery. That will work for now. It gives vehicles an alternative. If I want to get here, we don't have to cross through the entire area yet. They can just slip through there. I think that would be a nice addition. Now we need. What I also did was I went ahead and had a look at our transport, and I tried increasing the vehicle count, just to try and get these vehicles filled up as much as possible. So that's what I did there, just to get that being utilized a little bit better. So I know, let's start with our fishing harbor first. I think that would be a good start. We don't really want a lot of vehicles using this road, but we still need to make it look quite nice. I'm just going to pause this for now, since we will be losing that. Let's get this road just hooked up like that. You know what, I'm gonna make this a tree-lined road as well. I wish we could have upgraded that bit of road if the base came, but sadly we can't, so just have to live with it for now. Take that all the way there and curl it around. It's just a basic setup. This isn't permanent in any way, so I'm not really worried what it looks like. So now we have water. We have electricity there. We don't have water yet, so let me get that hooked up on screen. Otherwise, you will start screaming at me because I will forget. Now it says it's not connected to the road. Might just take a little bit to realize that. Or is it because there's no route? I think that might be the reason. So, if I'm not mistaken, this is where, if I weren't colorblind, it would have been a major advantage. But I think that might be salmon right there. So let's add in a route going through here. I want to try and keep it semi out of the way of our, what do you call this, our ferries. So let's try and do this. But I also want nice curves on our road. So let's try and do something a little bit sensible. You know, like that. You can always adjust this later on again. But for now, I think this will be quite alright to do it like this. Okay, I guess it's not because there's no... Okay, yeah, it was. Okay, so now we have a basic harbor. Let's go in here. There's 5 of 26 workers and we are fishing. That's fine. So let's take a quick peek here. We have a fish market and we have fish factories and fish farms. I'm not going to bother at this stage. Let's go fish market. He's really close to this. So I think let's get the road layout for our industry, our forestry industry. Let's get that in, then we can go from there. And as I said, I don't want to demolish any of these unique features along the escarpment if I don't need to. Let's try and get a road going through here. And go curve around that area there, because you need to respect the topography. I'm no expert in this, but I do know that. As far as possible, try and respect the topography. Okay, so we have something like that. I don't really want to have a road going straight up there because people might overuse this, but then again I don't want people overusing this road, so we might have to keep an eye out if that's a bit troublesome, causes a bit of issues along the way, but I think for now it would be fine. I can just live with it. And let's get our water pipes up to here. Now I try to do as much on camera as possible, but I don't want to get this to get too boring for you. So I will be cutting in and changing things around off screen. Just let me know if you don't want me to do that, but I think it will be fine. I think most people will be fine if I do a bit of cuts along the way. So now we have this. We have a basics of a forestry area here. And as you see, these 4 ruined buildings, I want to keep those. I don't really want to zone off of those. Try to do something like this. Okay, so people can use that bit to get from this side of the city to that side. That will be fine. I'm not going to penalize anybody or be angry if I use it like that. For now. Later on it might change, but I think for now it will be fine. Now I need the road guidelines. But then it starts getting a bit wiggly there, and I don't like that. You know, something like that. I'm not going to go too in-depth with this. I think it's fine like this. Let's get the main building there. We unlocked small log yard, sawmill and such. And I need to paint the industry area. Wrong one. There you go. So let's get this up and probably have started there. Okay. Sunset Wood Production. That sounds about right. I like that name. So all the way up to there. And you know what? Let's incorporate these ruined buildings as well. And everything on this side of this road. Later on I might want to add in ore industry there, but for now that's fine. Let's get a couple of plantations along here. And a sawmill or 2 on this road. And you know what? Let's add in a small log yard as well. Please don't demolish anything. Let's see how that goes. And as I said, I need a cargo train station on this side as well. So let's add in a small road in here. Topography is not too bad. We might want to have a look at that now. Place it on this side, we need to make this a one-way going like this. I think, or a one-way in that direction. I think that's a way to go. Get that lined up like that. I'm just going to demolish that for now. Why did I do that? I had no reason to do that. Because I'm not trying to line up. Yeah, that happens. That happens. I don't really need any at this stage. I don't need the vehicles to bypass this station. If I go to this area, it's because they need to get to our forestry area. So that was a bit of a waste. Let's see, is that too steep? So far that doesn't look too bad. Let's take this down. And let's get it to curve around here. Let's go up to about there. And then let's try and do something like that. Just in case we want to continue that one onwards. That would have been great if it had a nice curve right there. But that's not too bad. Connects there, it connects there. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine for now. Now we have our own small cargo industry area right there. Upgrade this to a one-way road. Hopefully that doesn't cause too much traffic issues, but I don't think it will. Let's hope so, hey? If we have any fishing industry products, we can also go to all the way there. Always make this genuine roundabout. But people are less inclined to use this as a thoroughfare. But now we'll use that bit. So it's probably not the way to go there. You don't want them going through that industry. Topography up again, because now I want to do something a bit more risky. Hopefully I left enough space. Now fish factory in here, obviously, and a fish market. Where can I place it? I need a fish market close to here. Just across the way. Topography, okay. Topography is fine. Let's do something like that for now. Now we need to make sure that our water is connected everywhere. Ah, you thought I forgot, eh? Obviously I didn't. I would never do that. I did a little, but you don't have to tell anybody. Let me just take everything off there, because that's just going to give me a headache. So now we have a basic fishing industry up. Let's hope that works as I think it would, and not interfere with this. And let's hope we catch a bit of salmon. So we have a load of residential demands. We might want to do something about that. But I think for now, let's add in a couple of small commercial buildings right there. Just try and get the electricity running through there. We need to have this connected as well, and we need to have this connected. Okay, so everything's now connected with electricity. Everything has water. We have this extra road going through there. Let's have a quick peek at our junctions. I don't want any traffic lights on this, but I do want a stop sign there. The same on this side. I don't want people just crossing into this area. I want these roads to have right of way. I think that might be the way to go. Hopefully they will use this cargo station for this area right here. So I have a bit of residential demand, a little bit, you know, just a tiny smidge of industry or residential demand. And I have this space right here, but I don't really want to use it now because I want to place an airport in here. So let's take a peek in here. If I haven't told you yet, I want to buy these 9 squares here. So I think let's buy this one so we have a lot of space again. And you know, a bit of interesting terrain. Not really interesting, but nice looking. It's a river and such. Question is, do I want to change this interchange here and have a normal, like a clover leaf interchange here? Or do I want to go like a freeway interchange in there? Just a custom one. Just to have an additional way to get to the highway. I think that might be the way to go. So let me get that in and I'll see you now. Sadly, I got a little carried away. Let me quickly run through everything. I added in this fish market. And I already have one here, but maybe we'll need another one. But for now, I'll just switch this one off. We might need to extend the power, but for now that's fine. A bit where I got carried away was yeah, down here. So the last time I was going to just add in interchange here, and I thought I pressed record and I didn't. So basically this thing might get a bit overrun, but we'll see how it goes. There's a couple of nodes in here. Just put road guidelines on again. There's a couple of nodes here, so in here they can choose which lane we want to go into, so hopefully that will work. And I decided to add in another way to get to this area here, instead of just relying on this one, which would get really busy. Then I continued this road. As you can see, there's no way to get from this highway to this neighborhood directly. So I have to go across here, into this roundabout, and go left or right, and then they can cross the bridges to get there. I added in a bit of keys along the way. We'll maybe continue that onwards, maybe to about there. But I thought it would look a bit better around here if we do it. We need to change the terrain there, but for now that's fine. And I added in this neighborhood right here with a tram line going around there. That's just tram only, and this is tram only. And a tram only bit there, just to go around here, and then bus lines going around in there. So now we need to do the zoning. As you can see, there's lots of roads close to the highways. So I'm going to zone just basic office on that side. I believe it's the office zones. Yes, it is. So these bits there, that's a bit small. I'm going to leave it like that. And then like that. And then we can do zoning along there. I think that would be quite nice. The same over here. Let's add in a bit of office zoning right there, just to help with that. Now this is one of the major thoroughfares. I'm not going to zone here right now because I don't want anything zoning or building on this bit of road. Just this. There was no reason for me to bring it down to this level. I should actually have just continued onwards. But I thought it might look a bit better. So I think that what I can do later on is take this bit out, extend it straight from the highway, and then have this road crossing underneath. You know what? Let's pause and take that out. Same thing with that. I might have messed up a couple of my routes now, but that's okay. Now we can extend this all the way through there. Take a quick peek. Yep. One's messed up. Okay, a couple's messed up, but hopefully they will get sorted as they continue through here. Hopefully they'll get sorted out. But let's not worry about that. I don't know why I did that bit, but it happens, okay? It happens. So I added in a couple of pedestrian pathways close to the tram line. Let me quickly show you again. The tram lines on the outside and then bus routes on the inside. And I added in all the necessary, you can see this pipe, water pipes. I'll get to this bit now. But I added in water pipes as well. So we won't probably be having any issues there. And you all know that I added in the fishing industries. So we will get a bit of overrun here, but we'll have to work around that. Now as you can see, the traffic is really bad in here. And let's have a quick peek. Why is that? I don't want traffic light there. It's probably not just that, let's face it. But we'll have to have a look at that now in a short while, because I don't really want traffic backing up like this. But we'll have a look at that later on. I was paused the majority of the time, so I didn't really see that. And the traffic on this side is actually quite good. It's just over here. I don't know why, but we'll see. We'll take a look at that later on. For now, this area gets a bit of use, but that's okay. We're not really too worried about that. Now in here, let's add in, not high density, low density around there. Low density around there. Now we can zone on basically every single bit. Because we are not too worried about zoning off of this area here. So we can do something like this. I think that will work quite well. And this is one of the major thoroughfares. So I'll probably want to add in a couple of bigger buildings or taller buildings in here. Don't know why this is so janky. I think it might be the terrain. I seriously think it's a terrain, but we'll see if we can fix it. Otherwise, I'm not even going to bother with that. I might add in a bit of road in here, just to help with that, with walkability in our city. And now I want to add in just these random bits of pathways and such. Random splodges of commercial. High density commercial to be exact. I think that will work. Go for a bit of smaller buildings on that side. So yeah, and then we can actually zone the entire area. I don't really want to zone on this side, because we can actually have quite a nice looking park going along here. Just a small park in here. I think that would work quite well. But yeah, we can do that. Won't be too much of a bother. That bit out. So I want to add in some zoning, as I'm doing now, for commercial buildings, and then I also want to add in a couple of residential buildings or zones. I think that will work quite well. The layout's not really the best, but it could be worse. See, that's red because it's a high traffic area. This is a nightmare on its own now, but we'll have a look at that later on. What's causing this to back up. But for now, I'm just ignoring it. So let's add in a couple of splodges of high density residential. Don't really want to go overboard, but I do like that height variation at the end of the day. But I don't like the major traffic issues that usually associated with this. But let's see what we can do. Let's see, just a couple of areas. Actually keep this paused. No, I can't really keep it paused, otherwise we'll have a huge influx of residents. And I don't really want that. I might complain about the tram line there, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And if we get there. And do something like that. If you hear the dog in the background, that's just our dog going a bit crazy now. For no reason. But now we can do a bit of zoning in here. I just wanted to add in a small bit right there, just to make sure that everything gets connected at the end of the day. With electricity. Hopefully that will get zoned in quite soon. In the meantime, what we can do is get electricity flowing from, let's say, here. Just needed to cross the highway. Just in there for now. So that bit will get connected. And this bit right here just needs that little boost. Just this connection here. It's connected, one of these, then this area is connected as well. Then we don't have any issues. Let's speed this along, shall we? Just quickly see what... I don't know what happened there, but the game crashed a little. I'm really not sure what happened, but hey, that's okay. That's okay. I'm still a bit worried about this, because this is getting out of hand. I'll have a look at this off screen because, yeah, traffic's really backing up now. And it's into... No, it's not into the city or anything, it's... Traffic's just standing still. I don't know what happened. Because it's just this junction. Vehicles can drive, but they aren't driving. Is it because of these that I've placed down? I have no idea. And the rest is fine. High traffic areas, but traffic use areas, but not backing up. I might need to replace this. I think it might be something like that. So the junctions are still fine. Everything's still okay. Okay, but nonetheless, I will have a look at that off screen. But hopefully this interchange here will be okay and not too hectic at times. These roads might get a bit busy. I might want to upgrade these later on, because that's the only way through here. If you want to get from this interchange to this area, this is the only place you can do that. Otherwise we have to get off here and cross here. So this might be a bit useless, but since we started this, when we built this thing, we had the idea that this might be only temporary, but we'll see. But hopefully this will alleviate some of the traffic issues from on this side by using this interchange instead of this one. But yeah, I think we did quite well for this episode. And we do have a lot of extra residential spaces available. I think that will be will work quite well. Let's have a quick peek here. We have a bus line here. Or is that straight up tourists? That's straight up tourists. But let's have a look at the city now while it's turning dark. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I hope to see you in the next one. Cheerio.